Well, I'm delighted I'm joined by the winning head coach from Wales Crusaders, Carl Forster. Carl, 32 points to 12 victory. You must have been impressed with that first half.
Yeah, mate, I thought we were pretty much faultless for 95% of that. We completed high 90s. Best completion rate we've had all year in 40 minutes. And I just said then it's probably the best 40 minutes we've had since my tenure at Crusaders. So it's something to build on. We spoke about ending our sets well and investing in our first three defensively, and I thought we just ticked all the boxes, man. We put Rochdale in a really tough spot, nullified their threats by doing that, and yeah, we had a game plan to get at certain players and take away their attacking threats, etc. And I just thought that with the likes of Josh Hughes, Gibbo, Daly, they carried out a game plan to perfection, and obviously that's how we racked up the points so early on.
The variety of tries which were scored, some from individual play, some from kicks, some from team moves. You must be pleased with that.
Yeah, no, definitely. We had a game plan this week of obviously attacking down our left edge, which obviously we do get a lot of joy with. We know that, and teams are trying to nullify that. You can see Rochdale, they sent an extra number that way. McNally would sit in at false that side just to try and put us off going there. But when you've got Gibbo's kicking game, obviously the one drops in, he can put it in behind. We scored a couple off kicks, and yeah, we're trying to improve all aspects of our game. But yeah, I think like I said, we had a game plan there to go down a particular edge, and yeah, I think it worked wonders.
More importantly, Carl, I know you like your stats. You kept the team scoreless for the second half last week, and they kept a team scoreless for the first half this week. That's 80 minutes of keeping someone blank. I know we say it every week, but you have worked on this defence, and I know they scored two tries, what we call barge overs, and we'll go into that in a second. But when you did have to scramble, you did it very well.
Yeah, that's what we've instilled this year. I think we spoke about it a lot, and we just that scramble D, that attitude in defence, just to defend for your life, defend for the man next to you. And we did that because they broke us down a couple of times down our right, and I think Daly made a couple of really important tackles. So was Keith Taylor. Jack Holmes made a great read to intercept the ball, where that could have been points on any other day. But like I said, the belief that we've instilled in our defence is just solid. And like you said, we kept it down to 40 and. Kept it down to 0 for 40, but like you said, a couple of barge overs that I'm not particularly pleased with, especially one being Big Geordie. We know very well here at the club. He comes alive near that line, and he is ridiculously tough to stop. But yeah, I think we could have defended that a little bit better to be really critical. But overall, great day at the office.
Oh, yeah, it is a great day at the office. Second half, you knew you would get a bit of a reaction. You did get that. You had a bit more urgency. I thought the ruck speed was very, very slow. Crusaders are always on the back foot when it's refereed like that, but perhaps, or when it's played like that. I suppose Rochdale were looking for that speed, slowing you down.
Yeah, no, that's the aim of the game. In defence, we were trying to slow them down. They're trying to slow us down, and like I said, the pace was really slow in the second half. But I just said to the lads there, it was a bit boring.
Yeah.
I was a bit bored watching it, and like you said, we want to be entertained, but ultimately, subconsciously, we did the job. The lads kind of knew it. We were that good in defence that we knew when you're 26 points up, we knew we weren't going to lose the game. That's how confidence we got in our D.
So that's my next question. Was it because the game was won, so to speak, at half time, and then you sort of mentally switch off in regards to, I'm not going to say you didn't switch off 100%, but you sort of don't have that much. The foot's not on the gas, is it, really?
Yeah, and that's why I just said we need to be better. Like I said, we kind of subconsciously knew the game was done, but you should be wanting to put points on, you should be wanting to sustain pressure and get over the try line. And yeah, but like you say, we got the ball back on player one, and Lloyd jumps down a short side and throws a tip pass where I have no doubt if that's a 6-point ball game, Lloyd isn't doing that. So you do stuff that you don't tend to normally do. But ultimately, I'm not going to stand here and moan about.
You've got to try things, don't you?
No, I'm not going to stand here and moan about beating Rochdale. They're a quality outfit. I spoke in the week how, for me, they're one of the best rugby sides in terms of with the ball, and the fact that we nullified that down to 2 crash overs, is really pleasing.
I know you're not pleased with the crash overs, but they're not. They're easy fixes, aren't they?
Well, they are, mate. Yeah. Just we got done one last time we were at Whitehaven, so it is something we kind of probably need to work on a little bit. Teams will probably looking at that, how do you break down Crusaders, and coming up with little short side plays on the try line. But no, it's something we can fix. So it's not as if we're getting broken down edges left, right, and centre, and obviously conceding multiple tries. So it's not the end of the world.
we stand down next week with the Challenge Cup like everyone else does, but then you've got 2 big games after that, Midlands and I think it's Workington, is it?
Yeah.
At home, how important is that?
Yeah, I just said to lads, it won't define our season, but it'll go a long way to, are we going to be at the top or are we going to be sat in, second, third, fourth place? So they're only 1 point behind us as it stands. Midlands have obviously won today. Workington's still playing, so yeah, it's I fully expect them to win again today, and they're going to be 1 point behind us going into those games, and it's exciting. They're the games you want to be involved in, but the lads will take stock. I promised them, a weekend off this weekend, get some time away while it's Challenge Cup final weekend, and we'll come back in ready for Midlands, and we'll train hard, and hopefully we'll have some bodies back because we're really low at the minute.